Oh, I just realized my mic was on mute, so I'm going to have to crop that out in a bit. Anyways, guys, I thought I would do a second live stream for the kind of holiday season going into the new year. I hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are. And as you all can probably tell from the title, Bitcoin is still charting towards $27,000, went to $28,000 overnight. And as we started to see a bit of a correction in Bitcoin, even though it's still been a phenomenal rally overall, at the same time as Bitcoin is now kind of slightly pulling back, pushing sideways, altcoins are starting to get a significant rebound at historical support. I want to spend some time to talk about this, kind of dive into the overall broader market and why this finally might be the moment where we can get some optimism coming into altcoins. So happy to have you guys here. We're also going to be talking as well about the giveaway that Quentin and I did. We do have one winner for that. And also as well, I'll be going about picking 3 additional winners here as well for the community members who are going to get the smaller Bitcoin giveaway. So that's going to be coming here very soon, guys. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit here about the market. So real quick, I'm going to turn the music down just a bit here. If you guys want to support the artists who are playing today, it's Sleeping Pandora. We did this yesterday. He's a great artist. I think really kind of sets the mood here. Alrighty. So taking a look at Bitcoin here, over the last couple of hours, we've started to see a bit of shakiness here in price, bit of a pullback here after multiple days here where prices continued to climb higher. It's still technically up here over the last 24 hours as Bitcoin has continued to test up towards new highs and went all the way up to nearly $28,500, which is just incredible. It's insane, guys. I mean, this is far beyond anything I think we expected back here as we talked about yesterday. And it's been really humbling to see, the kind of overt optimism that a lot of the crypto ecosystem crypto ecosystem has been holding over the last few years actually kind of coming true, which is pretty wild. I think above all, it shows that there is institutional interest in this space. It was bottled up for a long time, and now it doesn't matter if it's a mid-sized company or large-sized company. Anyone coming in with these multi-million-dollar buy orders, hundreds of millions to $1 billion, are constantly applying pressure on Bitcoin, and there just isn't sell-side interest or sell-side pressure. However, at the same time, as much as this is exciting, I'm all about finding the next trend that's going to come up in the market. And even though, for example, we were a bit eager on this, to be fair, guys, actually to be fair, technically, we've still made profit overall on this. We've been focusing a lot on altcoins since back here in September of 2019. Of course, even though dominance has come back down to this range here as a recent, especially over the last 5 weeks, at the same time, playing the right players here, we've been actually able to do pretty well in the market overall. Not as of the last month or so. Bitcoin has obviously outpaced the vast majority of our portfolios for us, for those of us who are in the altcoin space. There's very few players that have been winning. But now, taking a look at the weekly here, we've got a pretty good bounce here on historical support that's been tested here, over here, and over here. And to dive into a shorter term time frame, this is what's happened over the last couple of hours. Starting off this morning, we've now climbed up from around 27.8% dominance all the way up to 29.45%. And this materialized through a variety of different altcoins in the market. For example, if we take a look at Link, first off, I want to take a look at the longer term time frame to talk about the significance of some of these rebounds. So Link had a pretty large sell-off down towards around $8 here on Binance. Go ahead and take a look at the daily here. Recovered a vast majority of it, held up, set a higher low, continuing follow through here over the last few hours. Really just over the last hour, most of this happened. Going all the way up here from a range around $10.50 to nearly $12.50. Let's take a look at Ethereum. All right, actually, just to clearly show it to you guys, compared to Bitcoin here, massive rebound on Link, closing down all these losses in a very short period of time, similar to that rebound we saw in XRP and Stellar Lumens. Take a look at ETH here, right? ETH definitely going through a pretty harsh pullback. We can even take a look at the absolute top of the wicks here, down here to the bottom, 44% clean cut correction. Take a look here at the daily. Nice stellar rebound, removing yesterday's losses. Take a look at the hourly. Bam. Vertical recovery here. This is what we want to see. We want to see one of these hard rebounds off the lows. So, again, Taking a look at Litecoin has been one of the actual kind of outliers, as we talked about. It's been actually kind of holding up against Bitcoin over the last couple of months, going back to September. And now it looks like it's showing very clearly that the trend reversal is nigh. It's coming soon. So want to take a look as well at Ampleforth, right? Due for the drawings here, we can just see here over the weekly, we were down at 74 cents per token. Now we're up to around 96.6 cents. So really nice to see this rebound taking it of the daily over the last 4 days. Clean rebound. And above all, we have to take a look at the market cap. Market cap has been recovering from around 176 million to nearly 210 million. Band protocol. This one is going through a nearly 90% correction. I think it's around 88% from the highs, if I remember correctly. Go ahead and draw it here. 88%. 88% from the highs here. Now going down to previous resistance in the past, making it support. Another competitor in the chain link space. So overall, guys, the general altcoin market is looking like it might be at a good discount range. I'm eager to hear what you all think about that, whether it be in the comments or in the live chat. And outside of that as well, it's just important to watch these kind of broader trends here as we're getting down towards this discount range here. Are we going to be able to see this hold? Will we get some follow through throughout the rest of today? Will we continue to go vertical over the next few days, rebounding on a lot of these losses? That's what I really want to see here. It's not that I'm per se eager to see it. It's more than anything showcasing that this is a significant turning point, a reversal in the trend. And I'll be honest, as much as this is really exciting here, if you dive into the hourly, it looks pretty cool to see this kind of vertical rebound. It's really only mitigating yesterday's losses. This needs to follow through and get up to some of the higher levels that we've tested before. And I'm not going to be non-disciplined in the sense that I'm just going to be overtly eager and say, oh, the altcoin cycle's here. No, we really need to see a rebound here, a much more significant one. But I can tell you all, this is why I don't find myself 2 steps behind. I don't switch into Bitcoin at the absolute peak and then altcoins take off. I hold through. Sometimes you have to as a swing trader and wait for the pain to go through. And I promise many of you guys, it tends to be that in a lot of markets, what sells off very, I guess what takes time to sell off in this case can be rebounded very quickly, and vice versa. A lot of the times when something is climbing up in a bull market, time over time again, those profits can be taken by traders very quickly, dropping down prices as people sell. So we're going to continue to see what happens here, but very, very excited about this, guys. And I'll go ahead here real quick. I'm going to get the stream information here. We got a good amount of you guys tuning in here. Happy to have you all tuning in. Let's see here what the chat's saying. Probably should have read chat a little bit earlier. Is the music too loud, guys? I just want to make sure. I'm going to turn it down a little bit on OBS. It's a little bit loud for me. Alrighty, guys. Sorry, I'm going to dive into some questions. Oh, almost forgot here. Well, 3 things I have to do real quick, a few mentions. So if you guys are interested in kind of getting a hold of a lot of these different altcoins, pretty much actually all the altcoins that we looked at, as well as Bitcoin, you can do that through DigiFox, which is my own cryptocurrency wallet that I self-funded and developed, and then we raised from the community to build. It's been really great. We've had a lot of people participating in our holiday challenge where we're giving away over $20,000 to people who simply save. I also got the Dash Report, another great way you guys can support me, where I do my newsletter covering cryptocurrency markets, covering traditional markets, whether it be commodities, stocks, or Forex. And then outside of that as well, wanted to announce our winner, and that is Nevin Baker here in this case, or Nevin B in the sense of his DigiFox ID. He's going to be winning the $1,000 portfolio for the giveaway that Quentin and I have done together, which is really exciting. And I'm going to send that over the next couple of days, waiting for some funds to, some exchanges have basically lockups on funds and stuff. So we'll be able to send that over very soon, Nevin. And along with that as well, for the other 3 additional winners here in regards to the challenge, we also have Storm in this case, STORRUM. We also have Sleepy Puppy Crypto in this case, who's going to be getting another one of the small Bitcoin giveaways, and Gnomes here as well. So guys, congratulations. Thank you all for participating in the challenge. We're really excited to have you guys here in regards to the channel. I know Quentin and I really love doing these kind of things, and we appreciate you guys listening on the interview and stuff, and looking forward towards a better 2021. I know it's been a crazy year. So anyways, we will get that set up here very soon. Oh, sorry guys, I apologize. My chart was getting in the way and stuff for or sorry, my webcam was getting in the way. Yeah. I have to draw like I'm gonna have to get in the habit of drawing like a little like segment on my screen or having like a sticky note and saying like, hey, the viewer can't see this. I think that would actually be a pretty good tactic I could work on doing. But here is that Bitcoin dominance rebound. I'll go back. Here's the Ethereum rebound here. You know, just straight vertical here, which is really exciting to see. Going from 0.02 to 8 BTC all the way up to 0.02555. Really exciting. So we will see here, guys. I'll go ahead and drag my charts here so you guys can see it better. I apologize. It's such a bad habit of mine, to be honest with you all. And I got to work at getting better at it. There we go. There's BAM protocol. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the comments or remarks here. In the sense of news, there's not too much news going on in the space outside of Bitcoin just, you know, doing its thing, and now altcoins starting to show a bit of signs of rebounding. Let's see here. So make sure stream quality is good. DC said, "Pop your heating on, Nick." Yeah, I know I'm wearing the winter coat, guys. I don't know. I like it. It's like one of the few pieces of clothing that I got like in the last, probably the last like 4 or 5 years that I really was like, wow, like I really like this. It's comfortable, like, you know. And I'm kind of weird like that. I don't mind wearing like an outdoor thick winter coat inside, and it's really not. It's not that cold, but it also doesn't make me too hot in this case. JAAP in this case asks, Nick, do you think BTC correcting will cause alts to drop hard? Well, it technically isn't right now, and that's the whole thing, is that I think markets are waiting for that kind of signal to cycle from Bitcoin to alts. And this might be that day. I mean, if this daily candle doesn't come up and close green, right, if we don't go all the way towards 30,000, and we kind of hold down in this range, this is kind of the sign that Bitcoin's probably going to start tipping over. This is not a good candle formation when you have the wicks expanded further than the candle on a green day. It shows that the vast majority, if you think about it on a psychological basis, why this candle is not favoring bulls in this case is that obviously you've had a nice expansive cycle here. Bitcoin has nearly got up around almost 50% from the previous all-time highs. And then on this candle here, most of the gains faded. So it means that people took profit on the vast majority of the day here on the gains that were made on that day. Interested to see what Link's doing here. So Link's starting to fade a bit. Still holding up vast majority of its gains though, which is pretty exciting. But still, again, this is and I'll even say the same thing here. Hourly candle here, right? I mean, again, I don't like to analyze the shorter term time frames. I'm more caring about daily and weekly. But what I want to see with Link here is whether it closes the hourly on this candle or comes back up and stuff. I'd want to see continued follow through where there's more green candles following it, or this could tip over, right? So, NGS Nick, are you still holding Ample and AMSA Go? Yes, I am in that case. Yeah, Ample still holding strong. AMSA Go, yes, as well. AMSA Go really hasn't been performing all that well, but again, for me, I'm a swing trader. I like to look at these on a much longer term time frame. Let's see here. Samuel mentioned XRP. Let's see what XRP is doing, because I think XRP even rebounded. I'm sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to hit my mic there. XRP has gotten a bit of a rebound over the last few hours. Almost up about 10%, but it's kind of easy to go up 10% when you've sold off so much. Right, 980. Yeah. So pretty much doing a similar move here to most of the altcoin market. Just barely holding by thread here. I talked about on the channel, guys, like if you were to break past these previous lows, that's not a good sign for XRP, just to put it lightly. Back here on Link. Got so much of my drawings in here sometimes. Yeah, it looks not really nice. We'll see how it goes. Bitcoin, take a look here at the 5-minute chart. Again, just doing what it commonly does, just kind of building in these lower highs, higher lows, and seeing where it goes. Yeah, and more wedges. Oh, right, webcam. You know what? I don't have sticky notes up here, but I got to get in that habit of having one on there. Dr. Sage said, make the sticky note right effing now. Daniel, thank you very much for the donation, Daniel. Daniel said, thoughts on people still comparing gold market cap to Bitcoin when there are no companies coming out saying they have gold? Wouldn't BTC be more valuable? So, Daniel, I think I see your point here in this case. You're asking in this case, like, does it still benefit or make sense to compare Bitcoin to gold when, like, companies, like, I don't know if you're talking about normal corporate companies or investment firms, they're not stacking up gold like crazy. I don't think it doesn't harm Bitcoin. As we talked about yesterday, actually, in the previous live stream, that it's actually a much better valuation kind of target mechanism for figuring out how valuable Bitcoin could be versus, I think, even some of the data science models out there, which I know I'm a big proponent of. I like data science. It was where I was going to work before I pursued the channel. I was starting off in data analytics. I was going to move into data science. But to be honest, I don't think that there's anything harmful in this case comparing it to a digital gold, because Bitcoin can be a digital gold and it can be many other things. It can also be a hedge for people who traditionally want to put money in a savings account, as we talked about yesterday from Eric Wall's tweets. He put out a really good point, which is that this could serve broad money, broad money in this case, which is like the overall amount of currency in circulation. And there's a lot of wealth locked up in traditional savings accounts and CDs and in treasuries and all these types of asset classes that are focused on fixed income, basically protecting your net wealth. But the reality is that none of them are doing a good job of that. All of them are either being hindered by inflation or negative yields or negative interest rates. So I think that's where we've got some real potential where Bitcoin could service that as well as other cryptocurrency assets. So just, stable coins through high interest savings accounts. Lorena asked Uni in this case. Uni is a great point. Let's go ahead and take a look at Uni here. Uni BTC. Uni finally getting a bit of a pop up here. Very nice to see. I mean, nothing too crazy, right? Again, just similar like most things. It's just recovering a lot of yesterday's losses. Let's take it here to the daily here. Interesting. Rebounded right off of the lows. Look at that. That's nice to see. I mean, you can't get, I'll be honest, that's a spicy double bottom right there. Booyah. Very, very nice. Now it's a matter of this case breaking past this line of resistance here. Seeing if we can get above there. So, who knows? I mean, again, this is really going to be a test here. I think a lot of altcoins are in a similar formation to this now. They retested their lows from back here after the summer pullback going into the early part of the fall. Or sorry, I guess really the later part of the fall, or going in November. And it's going to be a matter of whether or not we can kick up here. Wow, I really hate the drawing tool here on TradingView. I'll go ahead and use the polyline tool. Okay, there we go. Sorry, and let me make sure I'm not in the way. So I'm going to drag this to the side here so you guys can see this. My webcam is acting like a paywall. It's like you have to send at least $10 of Bitcoin and then you get to see the actual chart. Just kidding. Anyways, something like this, right? Like starting to bounce off. In this case, again, I'm probably drawing way too optimistically in this case. But you can see, crypto can move quite vertical here if we get the right technical pattern. The major thing here is breaking up over the next few days, coming out, making the support, and breaking higher. You do not want to break down past these lows. So again, that's the kind of stuff that you'll see if this is really kind of like the significant rebound in the market we're looking for. Let's take a look at ETH here. Still holding up strong, holding the vast majority of its gains here. Taking us back to where we were on December 25th of 2020. Very nice to see. Got lots of comments coming in. Oh, Brian was referencing to the Life Alert commercial when he's talking about XRP. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Let's see here, guys. I apologize because I'm a bit stuffed up today, I think, because I'm adapting to the temperature change. Alrighty. Dave on Chain says, great to see you. Great to see you as well, Dave. Thank you for coming in. Let's see here. Someone asked about Polkadot as well. Dot got a nice rebound here. You know, I'll be honest, guys, I don't own any Polkadot. I'm still watching it here because for me, this has just still been in kind of like a straight sell-off mode here. Overall, Polkadot seems like a really interesting, like, kind of contender to the market from the research I can do. USD chart looks kind of nice here. But again, for me, I'm looking at a few other players on the market here for competitors to Ethereum because, I mean, Polkadot on a valuation basis, comparative to its potential to taking out Ethereum, the potential reward is probably not there as much as some of the other plays. But I digress. I don't have any negative feelings on Polkadot as a project. We'll see. We'll see in this case. I mean, really, I do like the chart here, right? Generally keeping in line with these points of resistance. Doesn't really matter where you draw them, how particular you are about it. General point of resistance, general range of support here. Looking like a lot of altcoins might be coming up for a pretty significant breakout soon. We got Tom here as well. Tom, thank you very much for the donation. He said, Nick, I'm so grateful for you. I got into crypto in March, and you were one of the first channels I listened to. So much value and wealth gained from you. So grateful for people like you in crypto. Tom, I'm grateful to have you, man. Thank you very much for sticking with me and everything. I know I'm definitely not perfect as a content creator, but I try my best overall. When I'm not blocking things from the webcam. Oh man. But guys, it's very exciting to see. I mean, like, this is really good. Ethereum's about to break above $700. Take a look here at the 15-minute chart. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty much imminently about to pop up here, which is nice. I got a decent amount of ETH I've just been holding for a while, earning interest in my DigiFox account. Let's see here. We got Alan as well. Thoughts on ADA or Cardano? Yeah, I'll take a look at ADA. I'm interested to see how ADA is faring with this rebound. So up from 500, see the absolute low here, 546 Satoshis here to 594. So pretty stellar rebound here. Let's see, we'll take a look at the daily. Yeah, so see, again, I had these, I haven't looked at ADA in a while, but broke through this potential support range I saw when we had this wicks come down, similar to what we did back over here, similar buy range, but no cigar, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, again, overall though, right, the thing I always emphasize when it comes to these general kind of uptrends and downtrends in crypto markets is that, and I'll put the chart there. See, you know what I'm going to do? I feel like what I need to do in order to train myself right now is drag this out so you guys will always see the chart there in that case. So even if I have it over here, my webcam, if I'm correct, shouldn't be in the way. There we go. I just solved it. All right. So in this manner, right, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get zoomed in. You can see it good. I'm not here to per se say that I'm buying Cardano or anything, but I want to use this as just a very clear-cut example, right? We'll use the 3-day chart. If you were eager to buy Cardano here in July of 2020 during the summer, when it's, pretty much around almost 3x the price of where it is down here, not exactly, but almost. Why would you not want to be eager to buy it when it's at a third of what Bitcoin's at, right? It's lost 2/3 practically of its valuation against Bitcoin since the summer. That's a discount opportunity in my mind. Again, I'm not saying that I'm buying Cardano or anything, but just this whole philosophy here of my kind of whole not getting caught 2 steps behind. I don't want to buy Bitcoin when dominance, I have it here on the chart here, when dominance is this low in the grand scheme of things, right? Why would I want to, switch into Bitcoin now? It's gone from around 42.75% down here to 27%. That's why all my fiat entries have been going into altcoins, because I don't care if it's today or tomorrow. The moment this starts to rebound here and kick back up, now there's a chance that it couldn't, right? But again, I'm going to follow history here and know that, when we consider things like markets of scale, different types of opportunities and value creation within the crypto space outside of just store value, if we get up to this range up here, right, even if we just test in for a relatively higher low in this case compared to what we've already set, right? Crap, sorry. In that case, I'm still going to be better off than just going straight into Bitcoin, most likely. So, again, I don't want to get caught 2 steps behind, and that's paid off today very well, which is really nice. Paul said, thoughts on Celsius? What's the deal with Cell Token? Paul, well, so we support Cell Token with DigiFox in this case. So if you guys wanted to swap and buy Cell, it's a very streamlined model. Portion of revenue going towards buying up Cell Token. Celsius grows, Cell Token does well. I got to say hats off to Alex and the team. I mean, that's why we've integrated Celsius. They're a fantastic product. One of the few actual companies in the space that found a use case outside of just exchanges and trading. Very, very excited for the work that Alex and the team are doing. And you can access Celsius if you want through DigiFox. We have a native integration where you earn the same interest rates, and you can get access to the vast majority of cryptocurrencies there, while also being able to move over to your DigiFox wallet and make swaps if you're interested in that. We have over 55 different tokens we support. Kektik Lang, I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. Coming from Singapore, I love Singapore. Said, Nick, I've been following you since 2017. Thanks for everything. Could you do a video on the signs you'd be looking out for when the current cycle is topping and when we should consider taking profit? That's a great question. Yeah, so I definitely have considered doing not so much one that really talking about focusing on what we want to see for the altcoin cycle or something like that. I think that would be good. But in the sense of what we'll be looking at for the overall cycle, right? Like when Bitcoin's topping out and everything. I do think that I want to do that a little bit later on. And it's not because I don't want you guys to be prepared for it early on or anything. I think that would have much more effect as a video if I did it later on when we're getting towards 2 to 3 months away from that market peak. And it gives people enough time to say, hey guys, look, the euphoria is getting strong. This is what you can do to prepare. This is what you want to look out for. And it's really actually not complex. We were pretty much 2 to 3 days off from timing the top in altcoin markets, and when I basically moved the vast majority of my altcoin positions to Bitcoin. And it was pretty wild. We were able to time that because it's so easy to spot that euphoria if you've seen it in other traditional markets. So I'd definitely be happy to share that knowledge with you guys for sure. Cody, thank you very much for the donation. Cody said, whenever you're looking at a project, do you solely go off of charts, or do you have any alts that are based off work, sleepers you could call them? Yeah, Cody. So for me, most of the projects I own are not just pretty charts, especially if I'm going to be swinging it for 6 to 12 months or holding it long term into a broader cycle. Yeah, most of it's fundamentals, but I also want to see that the market speaks a lot to, I know it sounds completely counterproductive from probably everything you've heard in crypto, but I think a lot of the projects out there that have actually had substantial rallies over a long run and are listed on multiple exchanges and owned by a lot of people tend to have usually a good amount of fundamental development compared to other crypto players in the space. There are some that build fantastic blockchains or protocols or tools and they never get any love. Doesn't mean that they're not worth anything, but the market is not. You have to, in this case, if you're making an investment, you have to invest in something that's going to grow. Speaking of that, someone asked, had Datadash Dogecoin? It's Mike in that case asked. Alrighty, let's see here, guys. Sorry, the YouTube chat is not the best tool sometimes. Let's see here. Check what Altcoin Dominance is doing. Oh, we're pushing up towards relative highs for the day. Very nice. I think that's from Ethereum pushing up. Oh, we're almost about to break 700, guys. Let's see what happens. Oops, I'm drawing on my chart. We will see. We will see. Oh, you guys, we already did Litecoin and Chainlink. You know, they're both looking good. Litecoin looking probably the best out of most plays on the weekly, considering where it's getting its price action. Oh, look at this, guys. Wow. Let's see. I want to see what the volume is. Well, we're taking a look at Poloniex, but oh, and boom, 700 on Ethereum. Look at that, guys. Unbelievable. I think this is that moment, guys, because let's take a look here at Ethereum's chart, right? Just take a look here at simply price action. All right, I'll go ahead here to the weekly. Now, I understand it's not compared to Bitcoin or anything, but I'm just talking about in USD terms. Outside of 800, possibly, all right, we can see maybe here and here, you know, how it will support. Outside of 800, do you see any really significant resistance points up towards around 1400? I really don't, guys. And that's the really exciting thing, is that whereas Bitcoin's already above its all-time highs, Ethereum isn't, Litecoin isn't, all these altcoins have a lot of room to expand. And that's going to be that initial phase, that first altcoin cycle. When it strikes, who really knows? I think that we're very, very close to it at these dominance levels. The value proposition with Bitcoin being where it is, it's getting to the point where people are going to want to start circulating somewhere else with their capital, in my opinion. Not the institutional investors. Yes, I know there's not enough ETFs or financial products for them to do it, but what we're finding is a lot of these companies are actually buying, you know, buying through OTC and spot, which will allow them to get access to any coins that they want. You know, pretty much any coins they like. Sanford asked in this case, what about the top 10 altcoin video? That is going to be coming out here in the next couple of days, starting off the new year right, January 1st, 2021. I'm very, very excited to get that out for you guys. I think you all really like it. Lindsay said, yes, altcoin video. Yes, Lindsay, we're very excited about it. Let's see here. Yeah, everyone's talking. I see a lot of comments from ETH's price. I actually have the chart up. See, this is the nice thing now that I actually have like good internet now. I can have like multiple charts open. I like this. This is like a very, very affordable luxury in life. You can actually like just have like a consistent streaming quality and everything. Look at this. Wow. Now see, here's a master move right here. Ethereum going up. Interest on your DigiFox Celsius account. Not a bad move. I actually don't know what the interest rate is exactly off the top of my head. I think it's gone up a decent amount. Ample picking up some steam here as well. Hitting relative highs for the day around 98.7 cents. Of course, this is on FTX, so the price action looks a little bit wonky. But we can take a look here. CoinTrader Pro. Bam, look at that. 211 million market cap. New relative highs since back here on the 20th of December, wiping out 7 days worth of losses here. Very, very exciting to see. Yeah, this really might be the point, guys, where we start to see some kind of pull out of liquidity of Bitcoin going into altcoins. I mean, Link, take a look at Link here. I mean, this is insane, like a 13% move here in the past couple of hours. Unbelievable. Someone asked me about like AMSA Go. Let's see, AMSA Go really pretty decent rebound here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the daily. Yikes. I mean, like I said, I've been holding my Omise Go for some time, but this is what I like is the double bottom here. Again, similar to Uni in that case, where price is rebounding at the same low. But I mean, yeah, I mean, this really went off, to be honest, guys, against our projection. This was one that like continued to sell off big time. I'm still on it though. I think overall, we've seen Omise Go when it rips big, and I like their movement on layer 2. We'll see if they continue to expand their iteration of Plasma. And overall, I like the general rebound here. It looks nice. I think we've got a couple more days of this to come. Henry was asking about the security of DigiFox in this case as a wallet. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things you have to consider with security. The first one in this case is that with DigiFox wallets, one of the best things about all is that it's self-custodial. So you're not, just like with a ledger in this case, you're not trusting us with custody of your assets. Now, if you use Celsius, yes, you are trusting Celsius in that case. And you can look at their security standards. Again, we only have them integrated because they're an industry leader when it comes to security standards, actual user growth, and providing the services that they do. They have everything in check to make sure that it's a safe, private experience. Serena, thank you very much for the donation. Hey, Datadash, what's your technical analysis estimate as an approximate price prediction for Ethereum this altcoin bull run before the whales crashes? So, well, I would say that overall, like, it's very difficult. Like, it's like, I think I said yesterday, it's like picking a needle out of a haystack, trying to predict, and I'll go ahead and get a long-term chart here just so we can have some price action to work with. Let's see, I'm trying to think of the longest. Bitfinex. Bitfinex is always the best exchange for finding out long-term price history of Ethereum. There might be one, I think, that goes back a little bit longer. Yeah, Bitfinex used to have more price history. Maybe it's with, oh, you know what? I think it's with, it's Tether Markets. One sec. Poloniex? Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, back here to August 2015 when it was $1 to $2 per Ethereum. How nice. Anyways, so I mean, what's nice is that on maybe a logarithmic chart you can get a better idea here of where Ethereum could go. And a lot of people have theorized it's something similar. And again, I'm doing this on the fly, so apologies if this looks kind of wonky. But a lot of people think that you could do something similar to like how you do with Bitcoin, where you can get some kind of estimation here with the logarithmic chart with the previous highs, right? So somewhere in this kind of ballpark range of 20K to 10K could be where we set out those new highs. I really don't know, guys. You know, again, I'd be shooting in the dark if I was telling you here's the actual price we're going to. But it's a good question overall. I think that Ethereum easily can go into double-digit thousands of dollars per coin. And the reason why is because DeFi is extremely exciting. It's just getting started. If we take a look at DeFi Pulse, right? Let's see here. Take a look at DeFi Pulse here, right? Over the last year, DeFi went from less than $1 billion, around 684 million, 680 million at the beginning of the year, all the way up here to 13 billion. And again, even though there has been a slight decline as of recent with ETH 2.0 staking, we've started to rebound from that. A lot of ETH coming into DeFi still. The vast majority of the trend here still holding well. We went from around, you know, I would say at the time, in this case, I don't know the percentage, but we could see, roughly speaking, 3 million ETH to about 7.3 million, more than doubling the actual ETH in the market. And that's as value is growing. And then as you talk about Bitcoin here in this case, going from practically nothing locked in DeFi, even after a pretty strict decline, we had a 63,000 Bitcoin in DeFi. Now we've got around 28,000. Again, I would not sleep on what's going on in the DeFi space. It's very, very exciting. And Ample is looking like it's about to hit up back towards $1, going back into positive rebase territory. Very, very exciting. Alrighty. Let's see here. DT said, love your work, bro. Been watching you since 2017. Keep up the great spread of information for viewers. Thank you, DT. I appreciate it. Fahed had asked about my thoughts on Ren. Go ahead and take a look at Ren real quick. Nice rebound here, similar to what we're seeing on a lot of these plays. Ren is looking a lot like Link here and BAM Protocol. One of the summer dolls, one of our big plays in 2020. Again, we put out a recommendation for Ren, mind you, back. I think we put our 2020 video back out here in July or June of 2020. So just going off of that here, right? Oh crap, I have so many drawings. I'll clear my drawings real quick. Let's see here. 650% against Bitcoin overall. Somewhere around this range. Not too shabby. And then here for, let's see here what the decline looks like percentage-wise. 82%. Yeah, when you get past the 80% point for altcoins against Bitcoin, that's when I get really excited. And look at Altcoin Dominance because of Ethereum and Link continuing to clobber higher. Unbelievable, guys. This is really exciting stuff. Higher low, engulfing candle here, taking out yesterday's losses. This is what we want to see. Let's see here. Yusuf asked about XLM. We talked about XLM yesterday, guys. I'm staying away from XLM right now until the whole XRP news kind of settles out. And the reason why is because any fear drawn to XRP is probably going to affect XLM due to the fact that the market sees them as very comparative cryptocurrencies. I think there's a lot of fundamental differences. I like XLM, whereas I'm not a major fan of XRP. XLM is a lot more grassroots, and along with that as well has a lot more of a focus on emerging markets, in my opinion. So, and they've actually had some really good development in their own DeFi ecosystem. Peter, thank you very much for the donation. Is there a tool to copy and automate ETH transactions made into one wallet, execute a copy of sequence transactions in other wallets? To my knowledge, Peter, there are, for example, like, you're saying for automating transactions. It depends on what you want to automate in this case, but I think that I think it might be Zapperfy in this case might be able to be of assistance there. I'm not 100% certain. There's a few like DeFi apps that can help you with the automation process, or there's certain tools that will, for example, if you wanted to place a trade on a DEX that would act almost like a limit order, there are some tools that are coming out that are allowing people to do that. Don, yeah, so I did a update. Don says he's one of the investors in DigiFox. Don, in that case, please check out the WeFunder. We just put out a big update back a little over a week ago where we talked about the launch of DigiFox 2.0. It's a very big update for the overall company. So, wow, guys. I mean, this is really good stuff. Good price action overall. EC asked in this case about whether or not people can access Celsius through DigiFox through New York State. From my knowledge, in this case, EC, it should be available. If you don't see it in the list of states within the app, it really only takes a second to download it and see in this case, but it depends. Celsius as a company is constantly making sure that it's meeting regulatory compliance. But to my knowledge, through partners, they can supply New York State. It's just, I think, Washington State and I think Texas has restrictions from stable coins, so you can earn interest on Bitcoin and Ethereum and a lot of other ERC20 tokens, but not stable coins. So there's a few regions where it's restricted, but I think New York State should be fine. Tommy asked in this case, thank you very much for the donation, Tommy, about Radix. Yeah, I've followed the Radix project for a long time. I'm interested to see how they do. I don't know, have they hit the market yet? EXRD. So it's on Uniswap. eRadix, okay. Interesting. I didn't know they were actually starting to trade on Uniswap. I gotta look more into it. But yeah, Radix is an interesting scalable blockchain. Let me see. ETH. BTC. Oliver, Nick must have made enough profits this year to pay for some heating, right? Like I said, guys, I'm just trying to be cozy. You guys, no need to judge. No need to judge on the outdoor coat inside. Oh man. Perfect stable Sharpie Genius said sunglasses at night, jackets indoors. Andrew, hey Nick, nice slug on the top lip. Thank you, Andrew. Chart the DXY. Okay, so the Dixie in this case. Yeah, I'm interested to actually take a look at the Dixie. Yeah, I mean, this again played through the double bottom we talked about on the channel, and it's interesting how the Dixie's been continuing to decline and keep up with that trend of Bitcoin increasing as well. This is the next substantial level here, guys. All right, and I even kind of drew this like, there's my actual drawing right there. So still playing in line with what we talked about because we had continuous lower highs and lower lows, which again we broke through again, and it's just signaling further and further downward decline for the dollar. Overall, and I'll remove my drawing here just so you can see it better, and I'll drag on my chart so you guys do not get that blocked at all, so you can actually see it. And I'll take it here to the 2 week so we can see some more of this price action. This is kind of the make or break moment here in the next couple of months. And it could be really what skyrockets Bitcoin because people have been noticing as there's a decline in the Dixie or the dollar index, the dollar currency index. We see an increase in Bitcoin. And this has been kind of happening ever since back here in March. As people theorize, in this case, again, it's still kind of a theory at this point, that Bitcoin could dethrone the dollar as kind of the world reserve kind of currency or measurement of wealth. I don't think that we're going to see that in this cycle, but it's something that over the next 15 years, 10, 15 years, could really happen. Well, if things continue to escalate like they have with COVID this year and things tend to get worse, could happen in a matter of 7 to 10 years. Who knows? It's incredible how quick things can move. But the whole point here is that if we break below this 88 point level here, we really don't have much support until down here at 80 points for the Dixie. That's a lot of value decline for the dollar as a currency against other world currencies. And this is taking us back to a point we haven't seen, well back here towards 2007, back here in March of 2014. A lot of the wealth that the U.S. had gained from the dollar increasing will have been lost. And that is going to be a pretty breathtaking moment if we break this on Forex markets. I'd even go as far as to say I'd like to enter into some short dollar pairs. I mean, we cover Forex on the newsletter for those of you who are interested. And for me, I'm not like most Forex traders who, much like most trader gurus in this case on the market, are going to try to get you to day trade and use excessive leverage. I'm not about that. About using moderate leverage in Forex markets because you kind of need to get any kind of substantial return. And second off as well, if you do these longer term time frame analysis, I mean, trying to trade the Dixie day in and day out, I couldn't tell you what to do. I'd probably suck at that. But I can tell you that if this breaks here, there's a pretty good chance this is going to have a pretty stark sell-off. And I think for a while it's going to come here, try to test support, just like it did over here, kind of contest around. If it starts to curve up enough, then yeah, maybe there's a rebound opportunity. If it breaks, that's going to be a big catalyst moment. Andrew said, we really do love the slug. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys like the facial here. Some people don't. Some people do. CK, thank you very much. He said, what are your thoughts on Ramp DeFi as a project? Not really interested in well, it's not that I'm not interested. I don't know enough about Ramp at the moment to speak about it. But I have heard about the project. Investing 365 said, thoughts on Civic and WazX. I'm interested to Civic as a long-term project. They've built a pretty nice wallet, and I'm interested to see what they do long-term. But for WazX, I know that's the Steve Wozniak coin. Let's see, what has it done here? So yeah, Woz kind of was all hyped up at the beginning, and now it's down to a fraction of where it was before. Let's see what the volume was. That's the volume coming initially. Yeah, no one's trading it right now. I will see. I'm just kind of iffy on this, but I do like the idea of like the, this kind of IEO in this case. I don't know if the token's like officially launched or if it's kind of like an IOU. I'm assuming that's initial exchange offering, but yeah, it's like an IOU to the actual eventual listing, which is kind of interesting. Ample's still holding up nicely here, starting that rebound. Chris, not interested in Yearn Finance personally. I really don't think I have no doubt that token will probably still continue to do well, but I'm really not betting on yield farming long term with ETH 2.0 and more stable protocols and stuff. I think yield farm is a very small community of DeFi. Don, I already answered the question in regards to investing in DigiFox about future plans. I wrote a WeFunder update in this case that you can check out, where we talked about the launch of DigiFox 2.0 and also some of the major things that are coming up in the future. So, sorry, I just wanted to mention, if you go to our WeFunder page, where if you invested, you can go there and you can see the updates and stuff. You can even see them as a non-investor if you guys wanted to read what we're up to. Crypto Mike said, thoughts on Flexa, AMP, and meme farming project. Thanks for all the videos, brother. Look forward to them every morning. So, Crypto Mike, I appreciate it. Again, for farming, not very interested overall in the meme and all that kind of stuff. Flexa, I've heard, I have some friends in the Litecoin community who are working with Flexa, and they speak pretty highly of it, but I don't know enough about their technology to truly speak on it. So, Shad said, love the content. Thoughts on Orion protocol. Orion's one I meant to look into, Shad. I've seen it on the list of DeFi cryptos, so I don't have enough due diligence on it just yet to speak on it. Wise Guy asked about a Wise token. I've heard a lot about Wise token, but it's really not in my field of interest, to be honest, guys. Not trying to be negative. It's not really. I don't know enough about it. Let's see here. But I do appreciate the questions, guys, and I'll try to do some due diligence on them later on. Let's see here. OMG Let's see, it's starting to move. That's still going. Wow. And guys, this is really now Link's starting to pull back a little bit, but let's just go over to our chart here. Whew. Big day for altcoins here. Much needed too. We'll see though if it continues. I'd like to get above here, above 31.2%. Getting past one of these like significant kind of like highs if you're looking at the shorter term time frames. Like if you can again continue climbing like this over this level here, that is clearly not only an engulfing candle, but also it's going to be a really good telltale sign that like, hey, this was previous support, we bounced off perfectly, and this is the time to get interested, So anyways, guys, I think thank you, by the way, Red, as well, for the donation. I'll go ahead and I want to take maybe 3 more questions, then we'll wrap things up here, guys. Again, just to mention to you all, again, I highly recommend if you guys haven't set up an account yet with anything, or if you're looking to get involved in crypto or trade for a third of the fees of Coinbase, in this case, on 55 different altcoins, check out DigiFox. I would recommend, again, though, we're still working on bringing gas fees down on the Ethereum network. Everything is settled in a decentralized way when you're making swaps, so network fees might be a little bit high. But nonetheless, we're working on getting those down as Uniswap hopefully moves to layer 2. Outside of this, well, you guys can always check out the Dash report. It's a good way to support me. But no sponsors today. Those are the only things in that case. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, too many messages. Let's see here. Again, guys, I'm seeing some comments on like yield farming. Not really interested too much in it. I have no doubt the token can possibly do well and stuff, but things like that are so speculative and fast moving can also be very detrimental. So Andrew actually brought up a good question here. Could you, you and the slug. I love the analogy. I've never heard of like a mustache being a slug. Could you and the slug chart BTC dominance in this turning point for the alt season? Yeah, actually that's probably a good thing to talk about, seeing as it's our topic today anyways. So this is the major thing here overall, guys, is, originally we were holding a nice line of support. We obviously broke that very clearly. So the next critical thing to watch for would be for us to hold this range here. If we do that, right, you can really ignore this line here. At this point, it's a matter of us rebounding off of here and going back up sometime here in 2021. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. I think this is going to be just like, maybe not to the same time frame, but notice, for example, we went kind of long on altcoins back here in September of 2019. And it took all the way here towards August of 2020. So you're basically almost talking about a full year for Altcoin Dominance to get from here to here. I think it'll happen a lot quicker, though, for this rebound. I think we're going to get things a lot sooner. So sometime maybe over, May or June when we could actually peak out here. And that's still, I would say, conservative compared to some people. Well, thank you, Vesty. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I would definitely consider it for sure. Really appreciate the donation. Let's see here. Andrew said, "Hey Nick, just got my DigiFox. I wanted to see if you would check out Mithril Ore and give your thoughts on the token pulling ETH and their music." So I don't know anything about Mithril Ore, Andrew. I'll take a look into it. But yeah, pulling like ETH and stuff. I mean, again, there's this kind of fine line between like getting an actual real yield on projects and stuff. I don't know, again, about Mithril Ore, so I'm not speaking about that. But I'm always hesitant to kind of get into the yield farming. And guys, I'm seeing as well people spamming the same thing, guys. Please don't do that. It's not going to make me want to read it more. Not trying to be rude, guys. I love you, but I want to make sure that we don't get too much spam in the chat. Anyways. Yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. I really do appreciate it. I like as mentioned, Andrew, and to all of you guys who left questions and donations as well. I'll try to spend some time doing some research on it. But above all, take a look at this beauty here. Altcoin Dominance moving up 2 whole percentage points here. Now, not just 2% in the sense of gains, but an actual full 2% of the market recaptured here in just a matter of a couple of hours. Unbelievable. Good move. Well, guys, who knows? We'll have to see. I want to see more follow through on this overall. We'll see if the market can continue to climb. If we get above here, almost nearly nonstop over the next day or so, above this previous high here, this previous relative high, I'm going to be pretty confident that this is it. We just need to set a higher low in that case. Again, I'll kind of chart what you want to see. So we've got the higher low here, right? We want to break through this point of resistance, set in. Hopefully this would be the most optimistic case scenario. I'll go ahead and just kind of give an example. Climbing here, breaking up above this high over here, making it support, continuing that vertical climb, escaping the trenches. That's basically what you want to see. And worst case scenario, right? Maybe we pull back below it here, right? Come up, make this support, and then we move up, right? And again, something like that. Markets can move quite sporadically. You don't want to be aiming for too much perfection. So, all right, guys. I want to say to you all, I appreciate you joining in for the stream. This has been an exciting time. I'm glad to see that I was able to get a bit better about keeping my webcam off to the right, or found some tactics on how to do that, like stretching out the the toolbar over here on the side of TradingView. But very exciting times. Crypto market valuations right now sitting around nearly around $718 billion in valuation. Put that in perspective, we're not too far away from where we sat back here in January of 2018. Just a little over $100 billion. What happens when we break past that point? I'm excited to join in with you guys, and I'm happy to have you here throughout this exciting journey. All right, guys, have a fantastic rest of your weekend. For those of you who are starting your new week in this case, depending on where you are in the world, hope you have a great Monday. This goes to you guys as well, out there who it's currently Sunday for at the moment. But I want to thank you all as well for the continuous love. If you like this video, drop a like. Consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon if you haven't already. And along with that as well, check out all of our different free content on the channel. Here we've got daily updates that come out usually Monday through Friday. And outside of that as well, a ton of educational content you can tap into to learn more about the markets. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Altcoin videos dropping out January 1st, 2021. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.